Hey testers, this is Shrinivas Kulkarni. Let's talk about a model about improving testing skills. In this model, uh, I would imagine various testing skills arranged in the form of stack of books. As we go towards the top of the this stack of books, you tend to get skills that appear to be very specifically related to certain subject areas, such as networking skills or technical skills in the programming database, or like. As we go down to the stack of this book, you find some of the skills that I want to refer it as foundational skills. The model is about understanding what are these foundational skills and how we can improve the foundational skills so that acquiring the skills that are top level that tend to be specific for our profession uh, makes it easier to acquire them. In this model, basically I have four different things, uh, different skills, if I may use a word: observation, thinking, memory, and focus or attention. How to put these four into a sentence in any intellectual process? The acts of observation and thinking happen against the background of a memory. That memory is uh, formed through various past experiences, emotions, and so on. And this synchronization of observation and thinking and memory is being directed by focus or attention. What would be a quick analogy on this? Let's consider observation as an input, thinking as process, memory as a database into which you write and read from, and finally the attention is like an orchestrator or a director which guides you where do you focus and how do you focus. Let's talk quickly a bit about observation. Here I use the word observation in a broader sense to indicate all form of sensory inputs to you. When we engage into an observation, you could be actively looking into it, you could be passively hearing, or we passively perceiving things around it. Uh, Through the act of observation, we receive inputs into our mind for processing. So, one thing that is important to understand in sharpening the observation skills is that our brain, our mind plays a lot of tricks on limiting or filtering the information about the world around us in a way that you don't get a complete picture at all time. What you get is some filtered, nuanced picture as per your belief system, as per your biases, as per the model, um, as per the volume or quantum as allowed by your focus or attention. So, while observing, you could be observing patterns and you could be passively looking at. Um, when it comes to thinking, I would say thinking is nothing but a train of thoughts. The thoughts appear in your mind and they get processed and they stay, then move on. And while observing feeds into it, thinking helps you to process them and converts them into memory as allowed by the focus or attention. So, uh, thinking is limitless. Thinking allows you to build a world on its own into your head. It allows you to work with and imagine things that are not there physically in front of you. So, improving thinking skills would mean improving the various aspects of thinking, such as either in a critical thinking sense or in a creative thinking sense. You could be questioning, you could be investigating, you could be just imagining certain things, how they work together in your head while they are not actually present in front of you. So, as you can see in a process of intellectually solving some problem, or working through developing certain models or objects or frameworks, you could see that the faculties of observation and thinking working together. Though these two skills can be developed independently, it is important to see the connection between them. How we can see uh, uh, that how these two things work together in a real sense. Let's say you go to a garden and watch a beautiful flower, and that kicks off various thinking patterns into your mind, and those thinking patterns pull some information from the memory, and you kind of start processing that, and some point of time you shift from thinking to observing, and this process goes on, and that creates an output or an experience out of being in that place. Now, what binds the observation and thinking together and memory, all of these three together, is the focus or attention. If you don't have focus or attention, the faculties of observations and thinking don't work together. They are not synchronized. As it often happens, you are looking at something whereas your mind is somewhere. When such situation happens, means that you are lost your attention, lost your focus. So it is important that you work on improving your focus or attention, as important as working through getting the observation and thinking. Now you could ask a question: is there a possibility of thinking, observing without thinking? And that's what most of the Buddhist monks try to practice as a part of their meditation, and it is often referred to as witnessing. Here is a foundation for you. How do you take this model and apply it? Uh, Start developing these faculties at the foundational level, meaning you should have a clear thinking, sharp observation skills, better memory, and a calm mind. Try to work towards developing these faculties to this level, from where you are to this level. Once you attain certain level of mastery over these skills, as you can see, that acquiring these skills at the higher level, specific to your subject area, whatever specialization you would like to follow in testing, acquiring the skills of that specialization becomes easier if you invest in these basic skills. I have put up a few practice ideas to you to pick up. Will not read out all of them, but reading, writing, some of the creative side of the learning musical instruments, and trying to play games and solving puzzles. Most importantly, I would strongly recommend you to spend few minutes in silence every day, so that what you learn as a part of this deliberate practice sinks into your mind, becomes a memory, and is available to you in real time when you are observing and thinking. I hope this small talk helped you to take a look at the skill development in a slightly different way than you have been reading all these years. And I hope you continue to practice on these lines. Thank you very much. Happy testing.